Since tomorrow is April 20th, I'm going to show you guys how to make your very own Giggle Brownies. You're going to take some oregano and you're going to grind that up very finely, put it on a sheet, or in my case, I put it in a mason jar and I put the lid on ever so lightly just so I don't explode my kitchen. And covering your oregano is going to help with the smell in your house, as well as it will help preserve some of the terpenes. And it's not really necessary that you cover it, but it does help with the smell in your house. You're going to want to preheat your oven to 240 degrees Fahrenheit and put your oregano in there. If you place your oregano on a sheet of paper, you'll want to put it in for more like 30 to 35 minutes. However, if you have it in a mason jar like I do, it's going to be closer to 40 to 45 minutes. And what this is going to do is go ahead and activate those chemicals in that oregano. Like halfway through the cooking process, you'll want to just kind of like shake it up. But for me, because I'm using a mason jar, I'm just flipping the mason jar on the rack from the top and just shake it like that. And because I'm using a mason jar, I'm letting it cook a little bit longer, just because if it was thinner on a sheet rack, it would cook a little bit faster. Once you pull it out the oven, it should be a little bit darker than the oregano that we started with, and you'll want to let it cool off. While that cools off, I'm going to get a pot ready with some water and melt down some butter, and I'll put the measurements on the screen of how strong you want your Giggle Brownies to be. Keep in mind that this does not just only have to be butter. It could be olive oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, whatever kind of oil you prefer. I just happen to be using butter just because I'm making brownies. Once you have your melted oil in your mason jar, you'll take that mason jar, add it to a pot of water, and you'll take your oregano. It should be cooled off by now. You'll be able to tell if you can touch it and not get burned. You'll add this oregano to that oil. And you're gonna let this sit for like 2 to 4 hours on low. Okay, you want it to simmer, you don't want it to boil, just let it sit. Keep an eye on the water, add more water to the pot if need be. The slower the better, the lower temp the better. After letting it sit in your crock pot or on the stove for a minute, you're going to want to strain all of the butter. And you can use this butter. In my case, I'm going to be using it to make some brownies, but you can use this oil, butter, whatever, and it will elevate the experience. And once you refrigerate it, it will solidify back. Now we just pop them in the oven.